can't see them doing that.
Nigel, thanks very much. It's over to you two. Jonathan.
Thanks very much, Steve. As the Chelsea song says, one man went to mow. The West End glamour club now left to fly the British flag alone in Europe after the bitter heartache this week for Aston Villa and for Manchester United. It's a very good evening to you on a mild and dry Stamford Bridge night, where a clean sheet for Chelsea, their first in 9 games, will be enough to see them through to their 5th cup semi-final in 6 years. They've never lost a European tie here. Real Betis must score, it's as simple as that, but not if you're Luca Vialli. He remains baffled by the number of costly defensive gaffes made by his expensive side, and he includes himself in the one change from the first leg. Dennis Wise is fit after flu. Graham Lasso failed his test on his ankle strain. Toraflo, Seville hero, is only on the bench, and there's a suggestion that Steve Clarke and Frank Sinclair could switch sides from the first leg, with Clarke going to the left. Chelsea have the strength to score, but there is that nagging doubt, Nigel, that if Betis get one, then Chelsea could be in trouble.
Yes, I mean, they looked capable in the second half of the first leg. They looked a very good side for 15 minutes or so. Got the goal, obviously, right at the start of the second half. But then Chelsea weathered the storm and then looked capable of scoring again.
Betis will be hoping to paint the town red and leave Chelsea green or any other colour tonight. Betis manager Luis Aragonés wants to bring the curtain down on his record-breaking career in the summer with a European trophy. Makes changes tonight. No Salathabal and Fernando suspended. Sweeper Vidakovic has hamstring problems. Luis Fernandez comes in at left-back. Josete plays his first game of the campaign. And Marquez starts on the right. He came on and looked very dangerous in the first game, and they'll have to go for it again tonight.
Yes, the pressure's on Real Betis. They've got to chase the game. They've got to chase the game, and it's up to Chelsea just to weather the storm early on and hit them on the break, which Chelsea are very capable of doing.
The referee Ben Heinemann of Germany should any second now announce a minute of silence in the stadium to pay his respects to Peter Sillett, who died last week, a hero of Chelsea's championship success in 1955. He spent 9 years at this club, scoring 34 goals in 288 games. The Chelsea chairman wasn't too well earlier on in the week, but is okay now to take his place alongside Susanna in the stands, and it's Real Betis in the green and white stripes and white shorts who get us off and underway, kicking in this first half then from left to right. Vanidi George backed towards Mourinho, who already is starting on the right-hand side of defence. He went there in the first leg when they switched in the second half and brought this man on, Marquez. It was his right-wing probes causing damage and creating that goal for Alfonso there in the white boots. He's their top scorer this season and very much the danger man with 13 goals. And already in the thick of the action, Frank Leboeuf is the offender.
Yes, you can't tackle like that in Europe, Jonathan. Studs up, it's a free kick straight away in a dangerous position for Chelsea.
Leboeuf flies away with France next week to Russia. It's a busy time for Chelsea with the Coca-Cola Cup final coming up on Sunday week. It's their next game. Free kick then to Real Betis. Chelsea can ill afford to concede here. And Yanni is the man who will strike it. Brilliant effort! Super save by Ed de Goey. What an opening first minute. De Goey who made that magnificent save late on from Alfonso in the first leg. And what a tremendous save that was again.
Fantastic save. He was a big fella, but he got off his feet and flipped it over the bar. But this was going right in the top corner from Yanni. Great strike.
Brilliant save by De Goey. Corner kick, and what a start by the Spaniards. Away by Leboeuf. Chelsea need to hold firm in these opening moments. Josete lays it back to goalkeeper Prats. Josete hasn't really been anywhere near first-team action this season. Marquez has. Looks for Finidi George, who's just signed a new 6-year contract to the club. Only a throw-in to Betis. This is the holding midfield player, Alexis. Now Michael Dewberry. What a good ball by Dewberry for a Chelsea side who've won 18 of their 21 home European games, drawn the other 3. Dewberry, one of their 6 players on 1 yellow card tonight. Others in the starting lineup: Dennis Wise, Roberto Di Matteo, Franco Zola. We'll have to avoid a caution. Marquez looks for Finidi George. And indeed, Chelsea have switched with Clark coming to the left-hand side of defence and Sinclair to the right, as we thought they might. Di Matteo slipped. It's Eddie Newton. Took over the captaincy the other day against Aston Villa. Fine break. Away onto that far side by Di Matteo. Corner kick for Chelsea. A rumbustious start by both.
Yes, Chelsea's first corner. They've weathered that early storm for a couple of minutes. Now they've got a chance to score themselves.
Vialli, edge of the 6-yard area. The buff in there as well. Oh, it's loose. Clark got in. Hasn't scored a goal, Steve Clark, in an eternity. Dennis Wise, little boy blue. And that is heavy cold problems in the week. I was down at the Hardington training camp. He was chomping on oranges. Stock up on that old vitamin C. Di Matteo. And Vialli. Run it away and out of play.
I don't think there'd have been anything stopping Dennis Wise from getting out there in this game, a big game. He wants to play in all the big games, even if he is suffering from a heavy cold.
Marquez. Poor ball. Zola. Petrescu making the forward run. Wise slipped. What looks like a patchy service, recovered and offside against Luca Vialli.
I think what's happened, Jonathan, is that the pitch has been heavily watered and some of the players are playing in rubbers instead of studs and they're slipping over at the moment. But as we see Betis here, Chelsea are just dropping off and letting them have the ball at the back, not chasing around at all, letting them have the ball in their own half.
And goes Sinclair on Yanni. Sinclair was bothered by Marquez when he came on in the first leg. I wonder if that's why they've switched him over to Yanni and had Clark on Marquez. There is Frank Sinclair again, on Robert Yanni. And the former teammate of Luca Vialli. Yanni wins the free kick. Used to play with Hajduk Split to Italy, and Bari and Torino and Juve.
As we know, he can deliver a great ball from this left-hand side, whipped in with his left foot. This could be danger again for Chelsea.
Best crosser of a ball in Spanish football, some say. Looks for Finidi George. And that was Alfonso who crept in and got between defenders. This is some player, Alfonso.
Yeah, he's a very bright player, Jonathan. Leaves the space there, checks off, and unlucky.
Alfonso has 13 goals this season. The man with the white boots. Cost them £5.9 million. He was the chap we were telling you about in the first leg when he first went down to Real Betis. He didn't want to leave Madrid and he cried at the press conference. He was so upset. Went back briefly and then came down to Real Betis permanently. Here's Di Matteo, checked by Alexis. Finidi George. Alexis again. And the sweeper tonight is Thomas Orleas, who they thought may well be suspect in the first leg. They suspect his mobility at the back. They don't think he's the quickest. Wise. Zola looks for Vialli, the diagonal. Took it early! Oh! Swerved! Antonio Prats got down well to save.
Magnificent ball from Zola. Vialli pulling away off his marker and gets a great early shot in with his left foot and nearly caught the keeper unawares. Here he is on the old swinger, but a great strike. Keeper got it in the second attempt.
That was a great, that was an outswinger that Curtly Ambrose would be proud of. Here's Yanni. To Cañas. Marquez, that's a Finidi George, put out by Di Matteo. Di Matteo again, and Viali. Tucked up there with him. And away is Marino. Juan Marino, in his 9th season at the club. He came through the youth ranks there. He's just pushing in on Viali, says the referee, Bert Heinemann. Vastly experience in European football.
Yes, you always want a strong referee on these occasions, Jonathan. I think Betis will be looking for a lot more from Finidi George. He didn't really show much in the first leg, but tonight they'll be wishing a lot more from him.
Will Antonio Prats be tested by this free kick? Short to Wise, or the little dummy. Wise, and round the back, and in a good position was Michael Dewberry. Here's Zola. Wise. Dewberry still in there, the deflection to Zola, beyond, and there was a handball. It was there on the edge of the penalty area. There was certainly a cry very early on from the terrace there. The referee just waiting to see if there was any advantage. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, I don't know, he just brushed it with his arm.
Just outside the box. But Michael Dewberry had a great chance there, Jonathan. Found himself in a position that he's not normally used to find himself in. Could have put Chelsea 1 up.
Will it be Zola with the free kick to bend past Prats in goal? Di Matteo is there, and Leboeuf, who's a fine striker of ball, is to their right. Prats behind that 4-man wall, 5-man wall. Zola will be around the wall. Great effort, super save!
I think that's off the post. Keeper was beaten, I think, Jonathan. A great effort from Zola.
Here's Wise, magnificent curling free kick. Wait to see again whether the keeper got a touch. What a start! Dewberry forces the corner kick.
That's a great ball from Dennis Wise for Frank Sinclair, and using his pace, getting beyond the defence.
Let's see if he did get a touch. No, clean off the upright. Magnificent free kick by Zola.
I think he needs to work on those, don't you, Jonathan?
Says he's back. He's back in the shot window tonight for Italy, he says. The World Cup selection. Here's Petrescu. And again. That's free kick, is it? The assistant referee has signalled across there. Eric Schneider.
Yes, he's given a free kick for dangerous play. Studs up.
Alexis it was who lifted his boot.
Good pressure from Chelsea at the moment, Jonathan. If they can get a goal here, really it kills the tie, I feel.
And Chelsea wag on the tube coming to the game tonight suggested that the Romanian's new nickname should be Rolf. Pet Rescue. As in Rolf. Sardinia. Van Petrescu in front of it. Plenty of movement inside the box. They're not good at set pieces, Real Betis defending. They've looked uncomfortable in the last few weeks defending. Marino got it away. Chelsea have their second corner of these opening 10 minutes.
There's another good ball in from Zola. Someone should have peeled around the back post with the defender there, but nobody did. Nobody took the gamble.
Leboeuf is in at the near post. Viali behind him. There's Frank Leboeuf. Aimed deep, Dewberry around the back, right old tussle in there, and it's gone against Michael Dewberry.
Yeah, slightly overhit this one, but Chelsea are causing problems from corners and free kicks. Their movement in the box, the Spaniards don't like the movement.
Just tugged on the defender, Elias it was. And through amateur football, Elias did at the back. Before joining Real Betis, here's Marquez. Clark gets in on Finidi George, given away by Di Matteo. Here's Finidi George again then. Eddie Newton, Dennis Wise. Leboeuf did well. Roberto Di Matteo. What a contribution Ed de Goy has made, fully justifying Luca Viali's decision to rest him for league games at this stage of the season. That's given away by Alexis. Petrescu, Viali making the forward run. Here's Zola. No, it's not, it's Dennis Wise, I beg your pardon. Wise wide. Zola was further out wide to the left. Dennis Wise had a half a chance.
Yeah, I think he could fancy himself scoring there, Dennis, but I think he slipped at the vital moment. But good pressure from Chelsea, making the Real Betis defence give the ball away.
And they look for Alonso. What a great turn. He dangerous up front, Alfonso.
He is dangerous. It's a great touch. He brought it down in one movement and got the shot in. And they're going to have to make sure they keep an eye on him all night. Give him half a yard and he can score.
Used to work in his dad's car repair shop. He started off life in football as a goalkeeper. Robert Yarni. Good challenge.
I think that's maybe why they swapped Clark and Sinclair. Yarni was the threat in the first leg, and I think Sinclair, with his strength and his pace, won't let Yarni get in the game too much, we hope.
Sinclair has become a lot more assured in recent weeks now that he's had international recognition with Jamaica. It's given him a lot of confidence. He's with them next week. They play Wales.
Yes, Frank's a good player. He's a strong, fit lad, very quick. If he keeps his feet on the floor, which I think he is now, he's becoming a very, very good player. I mean that in the nicest possible way, Jonathan.
One man went to Mo. One team left in Europe. It belongs to him at the moment. Luca Vialli. 17 goals this season in 25 matches.
That's a good scoring rate. And he hasn't played that many, has he? You know, in the smaller games, he always likes playing in Europe. And a great hat-trick at Barnsley earlier in the season as well.
Olias now to Alexis. Not so sure in midfield. He's already misplaced a couple of passes, but not then. Franz Marquez. Wise in with a challenge. And Clark. Alfonso, tigerish. He's got a club record, 25 goals last season, Alfonso. 12 of those were headers. He scored a brilliant header at the weekend against Salamanca. It was a whipped-in corner, in-swinging. He came gliding in and flicked it in.
Yeah, because he's not the biggest, Jonathan, is he? I mean, but he gets across defenders very well. Chelsea have just got to be careful they don't overplay in that midfield area. That's their game, is knocking it short passes and everything. But until the game settles down, they need to keep knocking it long to Vialli and Zola, I think, and then get the knockdowns.
George looks for... Ooh, Alfonso again. Mistaken there by Dewberry, away by Sinclair. Now Zola is away. Well, touch. The danger is cleared by Tosette. Olias. Marquez. Prepared to run at Chelsea again. Luis Marquez. Comes from Seville, local boy. That's Cañas. Too far even for Robert Yarni.
Yes, I think that's the thing they'll be looking for, is that switch ball with the formation they play with the wing-backs. And Steve Clark on this side tucking around, and Frank Sinclair tucking around on the other side. You've got to be careful, don't get hit with the cross-field ball.
Alfonso. Oh, he's got back at him. Leboeuf away. Josette. Needy George had made the run to the bottom of your picture. That's handball.
Again, a very dangerous position, this. I think Yarni will fancy himself again here.
They have won 2 games away in European football. This is their 6th season in Europe. Real Betis. They've become a glamour club in Seville. And they've had their doldrums in recent years, and they're coming out of it now with a lot of glitz and glamour, very much like Chelsea. And this will again test the big Dutchman in goal. Yarni, who's there just starting his run up now. Crashed into Eddie Newton. Quick back in there again. Another header by Yarni. And Frank Sinclair, almost like the matador, inviting the bull onto him.
I think he learned that in Jamaica, I think, Jonathan. Down the beach doing that. He did well there, Frank. Took the pressure off. Let it run out of play.
He will be with the Reggae Boys, of course, of Jamaica in the World Cup finals. He hopes in the summer, and they're in London on Sunday, playing against Queen's Park Rangers in a testimonial for Simon Barker. Richly deserved testimonial as well for one of the game's most industrious and honest players.
That's right, Jonathan. Good lad, Simon. And it's nice for him to get the Jamaica boys, actually, because nobody else wanted to play them, and then I think they felt, well, get a testimonial game, the fans will turn up and watch Jamaica.
Josette. Aurelius. Marquez and Finidi George, a little bit unfortunate. Dewberry's clearance, I think, flicked off Finidi George. Call him the Gazelle, not Michael Dewberry, Finidi George that is. Came off him and it's a throw into Chelsea. Steve Clark will take it. His testimonial over the last year. Long-serving player, came here in '87, Steve Clark.
Yes, he's been a great servant for Chelsea when he came down from not Morton, was it? Where was it? St Mirren he came down from, yes. And I'm surprised he's actually not back in the Scotland squad for the World Cup. I think Steve Clark has been tremendous for Chelsea in the last few years.
Here's Zola now. Back to form, Franco Zola. Scored against Crystal Palace last week. He hadn't scored since November. Now Marino. Marquez. And Real Betis playing a patient game to feet and keeping possession. Yanni to Luis Fernandez. Here's Marquez. Again, the cover was there. Di Matteo just deflected away off Marquez.
Yes, Vialli's done well chasing back on this left-hand side for Chelsea. He's got a couple of good tackles in and a couple of blocks and actually nicked the ball as well a few times.
Di Matteo. Big expansive crossfield pass, trying to open it up for Petrescu. Battling with Luis Fernandez. Alexis to Finidi George. Clark got back. Really lets you down, Steve Clark, although the manager has been saying this week that he's concerned about defensive errors, not in the big high-profile games, but in the lesser games. It's Cañas. A look for Yanni. Luis Fernandez, very similar player to Fernando, who's suspended tonight. Strong, aggressive, attacking left fullback. Too far from Luis Fernandez, out wide. And what you'll see probably is when Fernandez goes wide, Yanni will tuck in a little bit, and then vice versa.
That's right, create the space on the outside. But they look comfortable in possession, don't they? But Chelsea give them plenty of time on the ball at the back, and when they get into their own half, they close them down like this. Michael Dewberry there.
On Alfonso. Back it comes to Chosete, and now Luis Fernandez. Cañas. Marino, 27-year-old. The second division days with Real Betis right the way through to Cup final glory and the European Cup Winners' Cup. They actually came through to the Cup Winners' Cup having been beaten in the final last season. Other double winners. That's Yanni to Luis Fernandez. Away by Clark. Alexis got the stab on. Marquez. He set the game alight in the second half. In the first leg, didn't win that free kick. Marino.
Yeah, showing some nice touches there, Marquez, again, trying to get the free kick.
That's a strong challenge by Michael Dewberry. Petrescu. Marino heads out. Cañas. Captain Alexis. Here's the man from Mallorca, Las Palmas. That's a good ball by Alfonso Finidi George. Tremendous goal by George. Real Betis are right back in this tie. They lead on the night by a goal to nil. It's 2-2 on aggregate, and to be honest, it's been coming.
Good possession from Betis, but Alfonso finds himself in loads of space there. Great ball through to Finidi George, who under pressure from Clark gets a great left foot shot in across the keeper, and it's 1-0. But it's a good goal.
Tremendous goal by Finidi George. They say he's more settled now after signing that long contract. The Nigerian international makes it 1-0 to Betis. Chelsea could stay like this and still go through because they have the extra away goal.
That's right, but they've got a game on their hands now. They've got to start getting closer to them, not give them so much possession at the back. I think they've got to push up a little bit more because Betis are gaining in confidence. The more possession they're getting more and more confident because they are good on the ball.
Alfonso. Well, he was caught by Dennis Wise, but I'm not too sure if it was that painful. He picks Alfonso up, he's okay.
Yes, I think he's okay.
Let's have a look at that goal again. Took it so well. Great
finish, but I think Alfonso found himself in acres of space there. I think Michael Dubry went missing.
And he rises with Dubry, George it again! Well,
I think that was Frank Sinclair headed it back across, was it? Or was it Dubry?
Dubry, it was on the far side. No, it's Sinclair, I think.
And he should have finished that as well. That was easier than the first chance. So Chelsea have got to liven it up and step it up a couple of gears at the moment. Vialli was back having a go at his defenders, then trying to get them sorted out.
George, I think he's got it. And the pain comes mainly from Spain for Chelsea at the moment. Alexis. Sete to Elias. 29-year-old veteran. 1993 for Betis. It's Cañas. He worked hard in the first half, in the first leg, did Cañas. He's got against Copenhagen in the Cup this season. He's put in possession by Anthony Mattea. In hard. Alexis fouled him, I think. Play on, Zola. Wise in the middle. And Vialli! Oh! Still Vialli. So unlucky. Now Eddie Newton. Wise must have been offside. Vialli, I'm sure, was.
And another fantastic ball from Zola. And Vialli pulls away on the back three because they haven't got the full-backs not round. He's unmarked. It's just a little bit too high for him, I feel. He couldn't quite keep it down, but a great effort. Chelsea unlucky not to equalise.
6 goals in Europe this season already for Luca Vialli. 2 against Slovan, or 1 against Slovan Bratislava, 3 against Tromsø here, 2 away in the snow.
I think Chelsea just need to regroup now, slow it down again a little bit, get a bit of possession themselves, get a bit more confidence.
Zola. Alfonso again, neat touch. Marquez coming in from this near side. So much starts with Alexis. Needy George, strong work by Michael Dubry. Oh, he was clipped.
Yes, but they do look confident on the ball, don't they, Jonathan? If Marquez had just looked up then, the switch was on, wide left. Yanni was out there all by himself.
Sinclair. And again. It's a questionable foul in front of the West Stand supporters. That's the stand that needs completion here. Marquez. Vinidi George.
Good covering from Leboeuf. He had a great game in the first leg, didn't he? But he's going to need to start playing well tonight as well. Pull that defence together.
Leboeuf, orchestrator at the back. Brilliant pass of the ball. But again, Luca Vialli has questioned his defensive stability. Here's Wise. To Eddie Newton. Dubry. Vialli's made the burst. Can he keep it in? Can he pump those aching 33-year-old legs, Luca Vialli?
He's only a youngster, isn't he? He'll chase everything. He'll chase everything all night.
Such a modest character, Luca Vialli. Doesn't need the game like other managers might do because, of course, he's a millionaire in his own right. Comes from a very wealthy family, very modest. He said in that interview earlier on, you know, he's not a good manager yet. He's learning, and for that he needs, of course, so much help around him.
Yes, I think he's got plenty of help around here with the likes of Graham Ricks, Eddie Niedzwiecki. They all help him out. And Wyn Williams, of course, who does all his work for him, as he used to for Ruud.
Olias. Yanni's making the run. Just drifted inside Frank Sinclair. The book was aware.
I think the movement's causing Chelsea problems. When Yanni comes inside, Frank's going with him. Fernandez is open on the other side. Alfonso makes good runs.
Zola. Pass forward, Di Matteo. Zola looking for the return. Good pressure. Marino. Play on. Zola. Brilliant run, Franco Zola. Di Matteo. Tried to place it, and the keeper got down.
Unlucky there, Di Matteo. He knew the keeper was unsighted and tried to place it in the corner, but the big keeper spread himself very well.
Tried to place it, and it squirted away. Chelsea's third corner kick of the night. Zola. Sinclair, Dewberry in there, up a chance, and the buff.
What a fantastic block that was. Couldn't see who it was.
It may well have been Olias. Here's Petrescu to Clark, goes for a return, lovely run, he's onside. Dewberry's there, and Sinclair. Olias away that time, definitely.
That did look offside to me there, Jonathan, but a great move again from Chelsea, and Petrescu got the cross in. Unlucky again, but good pressure from Chelsea again.
Dan Petrescu, the Romanian, excused yesterday's international against Israel. They lost 1-0.
Yes, the first time for a long time, wasn't it? So Dan will be well pleased with that.
Got a free kick here, the combination of Petrescu and Zola. Fernandez was the offender.
This is where Chelsea can cause Betis problems.
Zola. There's that line of Sinclair and Clark and Dewberry, and there's Vialli in the box. Sound goalkeeping by 26-year-old Prats.
It was a good catch, but it was too close to him.
And De Goey, judging it to perfection. Always gets a rousing reception from the fans, that, when the keeper heads it away. Here's Wise, Vialli onside. Oh, that's a cynical challenge. That's Josete. He gets the yellow card.
This is a very clever run from Vialli. He went to run over, came back, and then went again to make sure he's onside. But this is a bad tackle. He knew Vialli was away, had to bring him down, and took the booking. But good pressure again from Chelsea here. Another dangerous position. To get a good ball in with the big fellas, Sinclair, Dewberry, Clark, Leboeuf, they can score here.
Vialli's picked himself up, dusted himself down. Leboeuf is to the left of Vialli. Di Matteo to the bottom of the picture now. Sinclair making his run. Brianna! Well, to be frank, they didn't pick him up at all. And it's Chelsea 1, Real Betis 1, and the aggregate lead is restored.
Yes, I thought they looked like they were going to score from a free kick or a corner. The movement does them. Sinclair, with his pace, gets in front. Thank you very much. Jamaica 1, Betis 1.
Frank Sinclair, super goal by a wholehearted player who's suffered the brickbats and boo boys in recent months. Left alone to head in his second goal of the campaign.
That's livened the game up again, hasn't it? It's been a good game so far, but it's lively again, back on level terms, and now the onus is back on Betis again.
And if they score again, Betis, and make it 2-1, it's the scoreline that would take us through to extra time if it finished that way. Here's Yanni, what a terrific match.
Terrific game. When they get it down and knock it on the floor, they look a very good side, don't they? But Chelsea are getting hungry for it now, and they're closing them down quickly.
Eyes looks for Petrescu. Olias goes across.
Yeah, it's good covering there from Olias.
And if he just does lack a little bit of mobility, that's a sweeper with his two centre-halves with him. He just has that little bit more room for manoeuvre.
He does, and he can read it. If he can read it, he'll get himself space and time anyway. And that's what he did there. Maybe not the quickest, as you say, Jonathan, but he can read the game. A great ball in. Frank Sinclair, thank you very much. Great header down, keeper no chance.
I think it was Josete who lost him, and it was he who committed the foul in the first place and got the yellow card. So yes. Justice done.
Justice was done, yes.
Wise. Run by the goal scorer here. Just too far.
I think that goal settled Chelsea down a bit, as they needed to.
Here's Alexis. Good organiser. Good vision. Luis Fernandez. And Yanni. Well, he was just touched, but...
Played for, I think.
Yeah.
Lost the ball.
Here's Fernandez. Chelsea asleep. Alfonso. Mark did well. Get in there with him. Now Marquez. Crossed by Cañas. Alfonso. Super turn. Was fouled by Leboeuf. Right on the edge of the penalty area.
There's no need for Leboeuf to go for that there. He's going away from the goal. He dives in and gives a bad free kick away.
Well, was that in the box?
It's right on the line there. We'd have to another look at that, Jonathan, but that was very close.
I'm not too sure if the first contact, you know, was inside the penalty area. Very, very close.
This is danger for Chelsea again here. Maybe a little bit too close for Yanni to hit one of his screamers, so he might have to bend it a bit.
Chelsea wall back around about 7 inches there when they started lining up. Ben Heinemann gets them back. Ed Decoy organising.
That's just being professional there, Jonathan. Wasting time. Move the ball back very slowly.
There's Yanni on a moving picture. Still the Warnock back. We'll bring out a yellow card here unless they're very careful. Steve Clark, Roberto Di Matteo, Luca Vialli, Eddie Newton, and now Petrescu. Yanni! It was blocked by Steve Clark. Offside, was it against Alfonso? Flag down. Looked questionable. There's the drive from Luis Fernandez.
It's a good block from Steve Clark there. I don't think he was quite offside.
Let's have a look at that incident on the edge of the penalty. And was this first contact?
Yeah, it looked like it was just in the box, Jonathan, doesn't it? First contact. Been a brave referee to give that, wouldn't it?
The bloke was in the penalty area, wasn't he?
Yes. But as I said, no need to dive in there. He's going away from goal. The danger's going away. Dives in and gives a bad free kick away.
Chelsea lucky. Finidi George.
Lovely ball with the outside of his foot, Finidi George. That's where the space is.
And it's another challenge. It's gone wrong. And Luis Fernandez by Frank Sinclair.
They have to be careful here, Chelsea. They're getting a little bit rattled again, giving needless free kicks away. Makes the most of it, mind you.
Not too sure whether there was contact there, watching it again.
These referees do get conned easily in Europe, you know.
Plenty to discuss with the boys in the studio at half-time, though. We'll see the controversial moments again, and the goals. Here's Yanni.
That's wasted from Yanni there, too much height on it. They're not a big side, they've got to whip it in low and let people like Alfonso and Finidi George get in across people, not put it in the air where Dubry and Leboeuf and Sinclair will win those all day. Chelsea just need to settle down again now.
It's a goal kick, and that will give them time to settle down. Well, Graham Rix, who orchestrates so much, looks calmer now. Kevin Hitchcock there, the substitute goalkeeper, chewing. And Torreflo, first leg goal-scoring hero.
I wonder how many cigars Rixie's had already in this game. He likes a little cigar, does Rixie. If the nerves are jangling, he might get some more out.
He's trying his hardest to give them up, actually, is Graham Rix. He was telling me the other day, working hard at it. Here's Alexis to Luis Fernandez. It's Cañas making the forward run, away by Dewberry.
Yes, Chelsea have gone a little bit flat again now. They need to raise the game again. Don't let Betis get too confident on the ball again.
Finidi George. Viali in there. Finidi George, the goal scorer from Real Betis, stretched the longer and has it again. Marquez. It's Leboeuf to Petrescu. Zola, some of the speed of passing here, breathtaking. Now Luis Fernandez. Yanni's out there. Wise, the touch was necessary. Zola to Petrescu. Look at that for a pass, magnificent. Is the player manager fouled? No. Finidi George. Good athlete. Alfonso looks for the return pass. Clark cuts it out. In the absence of Graham Lasso. He's in the tunnel at half-time. I know that Nigel will be reviewing the pictures at half-time. As here comes Franco Zola. Petrescu's far side of the penalty area. There, top of your picture. Marquez.
Viali's runs here, Jonathan, when he pulls away, Petrescu hits him over the top. He takes the defender in towards the centre of the field and then pulls away over the back, and that's the trouble when you play with three at the back. Often you haven't got the full-back or the wing-back covering back round, so it leaves all the space there, and Viali's good. He's got a good footballing brain and he pulls away well all the time.
Luis Fernandez. Anthony Newton back to Ed Decoy. That's offside against Viali. Alexis. Olias has had a very strong game at the heart of that defence.
Yes, he's done well so far, but they do look shaky at times when Chelsea put them under pressure.
Alfonso. Unlucky deflection for Chelsea. Yanni. Di Matteo gets it back. Eddie Newton to Dennis Wise. Gives it away. Too tight. Yanni. Finidi George.
That's what I was saying earlier on, Jonathan. They mustn't overplay in that area because they nick the ball off them and get shots in like that.
His 10th goal of the season earlier on, Finidi George. A great hat-trick against Real Tenerife back in December, I seem to remember. Let's have a look at that incident again with Dennis Wise. Just a minute. It was Cañas who was in there with him. Certainly seemed to be a physical contact, and Dennis Wise went down, but the play continued. Offside Zola.
Dennis doesn't mind it when it gets physical, it cheese him up. As long as he doesn't get too involved himself, he enjoys it.
Alfonso, Dubry. 1-1 on the night, and Chelsea leading 3-2 on aggregate. Eddie Newton. Risky. Very risky. Marquez, Alfonso. Didn't get high enough.
Magnificent ball.
Luis Fernandez. Dubry, Leboeuf away.
Good defending from Leboeuf. Chelsea on the break now.
Wise has Petrescu out there. Viali to the left.
They've just given it away too often in this half, Chelsea. Trying to be too intricate at times instead of hitting the space. Dennis giving the ball away there. Here come Betis again. Comfortable on the ball.
5th in the table in Spain after the 2-1 win at the weekend. It's too far off the league leadership though to challenge for the title.
No, I think they'll be happy to get into Europe again, won't they?
Like Chelsea, they've won the league once. Betis won it in 35, Chelsea in 55. When Peter Silic, we remembered him with a minute's silence before kickoff, scored a very crucial penalty against Wolves over the Easter weekend. Sadly passed away last week, brother of John Sillett, I'm sure all of you know. Here's Yanni. Di Matteo. Zola, who looks so much perkier these days. Viali was bundled off it by Marino.
Yes, I think when he scored that goal, I think lifted a big cloud off him.
4 minutes to go to the half-time whistle. Sinclair looks for Newton. Alexis. Oh, lovely play by Yanni to Luis Fernandez. That was a challenge a bit hard on Alfonso. Challenge is beginning to go in now, Nigel. You make of the first half overall?
Well, I think Betis have shown what a good side they can be and what they are away from home, playing the system they play with the three at the back, comfortable on the ball and giving Chelsea lots of problems. But Chelsea came back into it, obviously back to 1-1, but game on. If they get another goal, then it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
It's Olias. Yes. Challenge from Di Matteo. Might have been deemed from behind. It's only going to be very interesting to see how that law is applied in the World Cup finals. Alfonso cut out by Michael Dewberry. Marquez. Dewberry again, saw it early. Olias. And Vialli will win it. And Luis Fernandez bashed into him, but no free kick given. Benidi George. Interesting to see that penalty incident again, won't it? Liverpool's challenge on the edge of the penalty area. Looked very adjacent to me. Marquez to Benidi George. The Nigerian just stumbled a little bit. Zola couldn't hold it up. Zola was pushed that time, that's much better. And he's fouled. How many little digs did they have before Zola went down? One, that was a push.
Referee! Referee!
Two. And finally three. This is a good run. Here's Petrescu. Look at the 1-2 again. Frank Sinclair using his attacking mode with danger and with confidence. Offside. And it's Alfonso. Says he wants to be a fighter pilot one day. Prices rocketing on players in Spanish football. It'll cost you £37.5 million to buy up his contract. Would you fancy it? Here's Vialli. Zola away by Ollis. I think he's been a mountain at the back for Real Betis. Luis Fernandez. Alfonso dropping deeper now. Sometimes he plays deeper, offer the main front striker. They've got a player called Olli. Yanni keeps it in. The boy will have to come and gather, and does. 6'4". And the half-time whistle blows. 1-1 it is on the night. Frank Sinclair on 29 minutes, tying it up for Chelsea after Benidi George had put Real Betis into the lead. It was a magnificent flying free header by Frank Sinclair after George had put Real Betis ahead with his 10th goal of the season with a fine finish. And it's been a tremendous first half. No substitutions at half-time, but sensation involving referee Ben Heinemann, who appears to have sent the Real Betis manager, Luis Aragonés, up from the touchline and into the stands for something that was said down there. They were having a heated discussion, and I think he's been sent off and up into the stands, the wily old Real Betis coach, who has managed 601 league games in Spanish football. Something said down there. I think they are fuming Real Betis about the penalty incident in the first half that was not allowed, and also about contact between Dennis Wise and one of their players. Plenty of talking points already. Chelsea look for a magnificent ball out wide to Roberto Di Matteo. A controversial start to the second half, without a ball even being kicked. 1-1, 3-2 on aggregate. Another Betis goal will be the only scoreline that can take us to extra time. Petrescu. Frank Sinclair, the Chelsea goal scorer, second of the season. In 29 minutes, he looks for his player manager, Luca Vialli. So to be taken by Luis Fernandez, in for the suspended Fernando. Just like him, a stocky, blocky, strong, attacking left wing back. Yarni, good challenge, Frank Sinclair. Luis Aragonés, the Betis manager, wants to step away from football in the summer, and he's desperate to retire with European glory. Petrescu. Leboeuf to Dennis Wise. And Sinclair will turn. Wise in, again with Alexis. So he put one or two challenges in the first half, Dennis Wise, typically competitive. So desperate to get that blue blood coursing through his veins at a European final. Here he is. Looking for Zola. Alexis got back. And off Franco Zola. Will he be back in Italian reckoning soon? And his debut some 7 years ago against Norway. By Michael Dewberry. Several telling first half headers away by him. Here's Alfonso. Still Alfonso. A little shimmy and wriggle. He played for that, didn't get it. Now, if there wasn't contact and he went down in the referee's book, that theatrically, should a yellow card have been brandished? Is there inconsistency? Was that outside the penalty area when he handled? I don't think so. Marquez. Finidi George. Headed away by Dewberry. Di Matteo has not had as slick an evening as he often does. Cañas gets goal side. Danger there from Cañas, up and over the bar. Juan Jose Cañas. Penalty taker. Should it come to that later on, has a penalty this season. Yarni can take penalties. Alfonso has scored penalties. And Chelsea experience. Twice they've beaten Blackburn Rovers and Ipswich this season in penalty shootouts. Should it come to it, of course. Now Robert Yarni, Croatia and Real Betis. Blocked by Dewberry. Cañas, left to behind him. Petrescu in. Vialli wide. Nothing really on for him here. Just has to hold it up. Di Matteo, that's much better. Di Matteo through. Roberto Di Matteo, brilliant. Roberto Di Chelsea 2, Real Betis 1, and Chelsea now have the 2-goal
brave Di Matteo there to start with, but coolness in the 18-yard box, brings it back on his right foot, slots it in the far corner. What a great goal, and that's game, set, and a box of matches. Thank you very much.
What a lovely finish. Do you know, I watched them in training this week, earlier on in the week, and they were practicing finishing like that. Luca Vialli has brought in several training games, and I don't mean that like fun games, but he has changed things around, and one of those is just one-on-one shooting practice, one-on-one finishing practice.
Yeah, I'm sure they did a lot of that in Italy, Jonathan, and maybe Vialli does a lot of that himself and wants the other players to do it, and it's worked.
Kanya Stefanidi, George, what a start to the second half. Now Alexis. Marquez. Inside Clark, and he fouled him. To get back, had to foul him really. They used to play a lot of five-a-sides under Rudhulit, and there's a lot more variation in training down at the camp, so they tell me, under Luca Vialli. Ed Decoy marshals his defence for Yanni's free kick. LeBoeuf away. Need to score 2. 4-4 would take them through on the away goals counting double. One Di Matteo was the song from the fans. Alexis, I thought that was handball.
They're looking hungry again, Chelsea, aren't they?
Lovely step back.
Fantastic finish, wasn't it? Deserved a goal with the bravery to start with, and then the change of feet, get it onto his right foot, and then across the keeper. Fantastic goal.
Petrescu in for Chelsea. Josete holding off him. Vialli arrives. Low cross on Liège away. Much better Chelsea now. Perhaps they were just standing off Real Betis too much in the first half, giving them too much room to play. Zola will take the corner kick. Yarli's cross away by Alias. A strong game at the heart of their defence. Zola with the free kick. Petrescu. He sold Zola a little bit short. Away. And LeBeouf. Petrescu offside. Loves to get forward, doesn't he?
He does love to get forward at wing back or right side of midfield or full back, but I think he's playing so well at the moment. Dan Petrescu gives Chelsea a nice balance on that right hand side.
Stretches. Di Matteo this time covering back. Marquez. Wise will get it away. To Zola. Looking left to Di Matteo. Great vision there, Franco's. He just sort of flashed a look over his shoulder out wide. Super stuff. Saw him in a trice. Now Yanni. Ball breaks Chelsea's way. Petrescu, Zola. Yanni peeling through the middle. Petrescu on the overlap. Zola holds. Still Zola. Good challenge. Elias again.
Yes, the game is opening up now, because Betis have got to really chase this game now. But Chelsea are getting stuck into them, closing them down early and breaking themselves.
He scored some famous goals. Roberto Di Matteo for Chelsea. Scored against Slovan Bratislava here in their first venture in Europe this season, and then away. in Bratislava. 7 goals this season for Roberto Di Matteo. Luis Fernandez hasn't really had his chance this season. Comes from Cantabria and signed from Racing Santander. I remember England played in Santander the other year. I seem to remember David White making his debut there for England up front. Oh, there's a mistake. Piali nearly getting in. It was Elias, and it was a rare mistake, but Marino hasn't looked comfortable as one of the 3 centre-backs tonight. He's normally a midfield player. Wise and Newton in hard. And this Wise patting Alexis and shaking hands with Alexis after the challenge had gone. Zola, quick feet again. And Clark. Alexis. Ooh, now Chelsea have a problem here because Michael Dewberry's gone down. No contact, is he okay? As he was running, Nigel, he just seemed to...
I think he got a little nudge from Alfonso there, but he's gone down. I hope it's nothing serious.
Let's have a look at it again. Just came across him and got a nudge. I think it was totally accidental, but Chelsea worried, of course, because Michael had that very bad injury. Snapped Achilles tendon last season.
He did that in training, which is very unfortunate, and he's done well to come back from that injury. But Michael's a fit lad, a quick lad, and he's improving all the time in these big games.
Newton and Yanni. Head-to-head contact. Surprised referees allow that. You know, it doesn't do harmony in the game. It doesn't lead to harmony in the game.
It certainly doesn't, Jonathan. But a lot of referees would call the players over and have a word with them. But there's no need for that. But you know, in the heat of the battle, as such, people do things which they wouldn't normally do.
In there, and Leboeuf, who's had an immaculate night, very, very good game in the first leg, finds Di Matteo, and now Zola. 2-1 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. Played by Chosette. Vial. Challenge, fair challenge. Throw into Chelsea nonetheless. Foul. Sinclair looks for him, Viali has recovered and gets there first. Rossetti holding off him. Oh, now, was that a high raised boot, or did Viali duck into the challenge by Elias? Certainly got a thump on the head, Nigel.
Yes.
He ducked into it, do you think, or was that high kicking?
I think it's high kicking, but he's got the ball first. But I think if Viali had a bit of hair, it would have cushioned his head a little bit.
Just caught after the ball had gone. Zola's corner kick. Josette away. Petrescu, magnificent ball, but Zola caught by the Real Betis defence coming out so speedily. Nani stumbled. Marquez hasn't had the second leg that he had in the first when he came on. Di Matteo has worked hard with Clark on that left-hand side to make sure Marquez hasn't hasn't got room. Here's Vialli on the other side. Corner kick.
Yes, they have worked hard on that side, Jonathan, as you say, but in the first half we didn't hardly see Di Matteo, but this half he's got a magnificent goal and livened everything up, and he looks like he wants to score more goals now.
Zola. Sinclair is again in there. I wonder if they'll pick him up this time. They've got for the little flick on. Too high for Clark. Josete away. And now Marquez. Cañas to Alexis, his captain, and the return. Marquez, good challenge. Typically tenacious challenge by Dennis Wise. There's Alexis in with the tackle. And still ructions down there on the dugout. Luis Aragones, who seemed to be sent off at the start of the second half by the referee Ben Heinemann, and the police escorting him to a place further up in the stands.
It's a wonder he doesn't go and sit up in the director's box. Actually, you get a much better view than from down there, but obviously he wants to be close to the play to change things around.
Here's Petrescu. Throw into Chelsea. Petrescu left it. Michael Dewberry comes across and has a word with Frank Sinclair just to check whether he's okay, because Sinclair there, look, has got a ash over his eye. Luis Aragones, I gather, has left the back of the stand now.
He's Gunish.
And there's movement down on the Betis bench of a different sort. They're going to bring on a substitute any moment. It's going to be Olli. Golli, they call him. Golli, as in scores plenty of goals. It's his nickname. That's a free kick, Dennis Wise. The snappy challenge. Not happy with Real Betis. They think they should have had a penalty. They will certainly question that incident with Dennis Wise towards the end of the first half, but now the manager's gone and now they make this substitution.
Well, hopefully it's not going to be their night, is it, Jonathan? So we hope things stay that way.
Cañas is the man who's going to come on, and Olli will be the man who comes on. While they make that substitution, well, hang on a second, because we've got to throw into Real Betis. In comes the cross away. Adam Dark down in the tunnel area. Have you got any more on that Luis Aragones situation?
Well, Jonathan, the story from the UEFA fourth official. I'll continue, Jonathan. The story from the fourth official down here, the UEFA fourth official, is that the referee and Luis Aragones, the Betis coach, had two conversations at half-time. Twice he went into the referee's room. When they came out for the second half, that continued. He was sent into the upper tier of the stand. He somehow found his way into the lower tier. About 20 or so policemen then came in and evacuated him. Story so far. I'll keep you posted.
Strange goings on. Dewberry to Newton, and here's Sinclair. Josete forward. That's the man they've just brought on, the tall, angular-looking Olli. Here's Alfonso, will play slightly deeper just behind him. Yanni's cross, looking for Vanidi George. Around the back was Marquez. And it was Di Matteo who turns it away for the corner kick. Only their second of the night.
This could be, spell a bit of danger again for Chelsea here. The corner, Yanni whipping it in on his left foot here. If they get one back, then we have game on again. But Chelsea look quite comfortable at the moment, don't they?
There's Oleas and Alfonso, plenty of bumping and barging going on in there. Yanni's corner kick, Vanidi George pulling away, danger. Clark out. Zola's done well. Petrescu, Chelsea on the break. It's 4 against 2. Zola's got men on the far side. Great ball. Vialli in. Vialli, can he finish? Again, the step back. Vialli!
What a fantastic break from Chelsea. From a corner for Betis, they hit them on the break, and Vialli nearly made it 3-1 to Chelsea on the night. Very unlucky.
Did Zola time the pass just right?
Perfection.
Finidi George.
I think that's the thing now. Betis have got to push forward more and more and take chances now, and they'll leave the gaps at the back like that for Chelsea to exploit them with.
Do you think they were physical enough in the opening stages, Chelsea, or do you think they let Real Betis play too much?
I think they let Real Betis play too much from the back. They dropped off to the edge of the centre circle and gave them time to pass at the back, and I think what happened was they got confidence there, and that came with them scoring the goal as well.
That was a challenge by Oliash on Franco Zola. Graham Rix having words here with Frank Sinclair. Behind so much here at Chelsea. The unsung hero is Graham Rix. Jury looks for Petrescu. Reclaimed by Antonio Prats. Replaced Pedro Yaro as first choice goalkeeper last season. Actually missed the cup final.
I don't think we should forget either, Jonathan, that you know what a good job Ruud Gullit did when he was here. I know he's gone now and Vialli's taken over, but Ruud Gullit did a good job here, and obviously he worked well with Graham Rix and Wyn Williams, and it is really his team.
Yes, handball by Vialli. Took a yellow card the other day and fined himself. Oliash. Clark away. Down by Zola. Marino. Had injury problems. Ureña and Otero are other defenders that have been in or around the fringe of the first team this season as one of the centre-back three, and both of them have been out injured, as has Jaime. Another defender, right side. This is Alexis. And Marino. To Finidi George. Ollie. Good run by Finidi George. Sinclair saw the danger, luckily for Chelsea. A little bit too much ball watching going on in there, perhaps. Except Frank Sinclair. Petrescu away. Width once again here. This is Ollie. Dummy by Finidi George was dangerous. Chelsea can't get it away. Vialli. Now they can. Vialli, was he tagged in there? Strong run by Vialli. Free kick given Chelsea's way.
He did great there, didn't he, Vialli? He's determined to get through, get to the final of the Cup Winners' Cup. With an attitude like that from your manager, what more can you say? It lifts everybody.
FA Cup semi-finalists in 94, 96 and 97. Cup Winners' Cup in 95. Coca-Cola Cup in 98, Chelsea. Perhaps the European Cup Winners' Cup in 98 also. Heading that way at the moment. Luis Fernandez goes for the 1-2 with Alexis Weiss still in danger. Anything loose. And Dennis loves a scrap, and he'll get in there and just get a steal in.
Yes, that's what Dennis does well, and Eddie Newton, they do that well, and they, you know, maybe Eddie doesn't get the credit for the hard work he does sometimes.
Zola to Vialli, two men in the middle, one of them Petrescu, the other one is wide! Just missed it, can he get to it first? Away by Oliash. Eddie Newton. Poor square ball, Finidi George can break away. Newton trying to get back at him. Finidi George taking on Dewberry, seems to be struggling a little bit with an injury. He's not running freely. Chelsea have done that well. Di Matteo, terrific second goal in the 57th minute. Vialli for the big one, the spinning 40-yard crossfield ball.
Yeah, I think Dewberry's still struggling from that problem we had when we thought he might have hurt his Achilles again, but hopefully he'll be okay. But if he's not, then Chelsea got plenty of people on the bench to come on and replace him.
Any injury at this stage of the season would mean heartache for a Chelsea player, with the Coca-Cola Cup final coming up against Middlesbrough Sunday, March the 29th. It's the next game.
And then obviously the next round of this, at the semi-final of the Cup Winners' Cup. You won't want to miss that either. It's all to play for.
Yanni, Josete, and now Luis Fernandez. Vialli got back. He's worked so hard. So little Franco Zola. Yanni. Ooh, well, Ollie was offside. Won't count. Was offside.
Magnificent ball there, Jonathan.
He finished it well.
Yeah, I think that was very, very close. I'd like to see that again if we can. Oh, he's not offside.
He was onside.
A great run and a great finish.
Michael Dewberry, I think it was, who was playing him onside. So, should they have had a penalty in the first half? Should they have had a goal in the second half?
Maybe they should, Jonathan, but Chelsea are winning and deservedly so. Second half.
Di Matteo, Zola, and they put it beyond doubt. Always that question about refereeing in this tie. Right from the moment that the original Swedish officials were rested from the tie because they had been to see Real Betis. They were actually officiating at a youth team tournament in Spain, had the day off and went to see Betis, but UEFA felt it would be right to take them off the tie.
Well, I think UEFA, aren't going to let... Here we go, sorry.
Petrescu down the right-hand side, Elias got across, Karen Nigel, sorry.
They're not going to let things go like that with the controversy about the Nottingham Forest thing that we've had with the bribery thing. I think UEFA are very keen to make sure they don't make any mistakes, and I think that was the only option open to them.
Now Elias looks for Ollie, strong up front, shrugged off it, free kick against Dewberry. Certainly Ollie, the Spanish international, is causing some problems. 2 caps against Slovakia and the Faroe Islands. They're going to bring on another striker. Cuellar is going to come on and Fernandez is going to go off. Cuellar scored at the weekend, and Angel Cuellar came back from Barcelona in the summer for £1.2 million, had a nightmare 2 years at the Camp Nou. Scored just 2 goals in 9 starts there. He damaged knee ligaments when he first went to the club. Free kick, Yanni. I don't even think Yanni could score from that sort of range with players running at him.
No, he's got a great left foot, but he's a long way out, and I think to beat Ed de Goey from there, he's going to need something tremendous. But I think Betis are now just going for it. They've got about 5 strikers on, and it's going to put a lot of weight on the responsibility of the people at the back to keep Chelsea from scoring another goal.
On sort of 3-3-1 Betis now, with Cuellar to the left of Ollie, George to the right, Alfonso to come from behind. Here's Finidi George. Wise, Petrescu slips it forward, look at Zola. Elias away, and Finidi George scored the opening goal of the night, 21st minute. Alexis. 17 minutes to go for Chelsea. Josete. Cares. That's offside again.
Yes, that time he's well offside. But Chelsea are squeezing the ball in the second half much further up the park, not letting Betis knock it about the back. They're squeezing them, and that's made them look a better team, I think, this half.
Back the butt for Chelsea. Wise making the forward run. Yanni out there too. Alexis. Elias from the back, good run forward by Finidi George, and he is onside this time. Cuellar, fine covering challenge. What a good night he's had, Frank Sinclair. Smashing goal he scored to make it 1-1 on the night. Not a good ball away from defensive pressure though. Elias. Oh, that's dreadful. Petrescu. Zola. Yanni got back at him. Finidi George. Had a much better second leg than he did the first. He's won a free kick.
Yes, he's been more involved. Scored a good goal, as we saw early on, the first goal, but he's looked livelier tonight than he did in the first leg. But Chelsea are looking fairly comfortable at the moment. They're nicking all the balls, they're winning the 50-50 tackles. Just want to make sure they keep their concentration.
Vialli and Di Matteo. Another good confident run. Wise! Offside! I'm not too sure whether it was Dennis Wise who was off or Zola, who was just a little bit further forward when the ball came through.
Yeah, I think they just stepped up at the right time there. I think maybe both of them were offside.
Well, I'm not too sure. I don't think that was offside, Nigel. Looking at it again.
I think he's kept on by the right-sided centre-back there. Everybody else stepped up and he stayed in, kept him onside. Unlucky that for Chelsea.
Eddie Nesvitsky, who's the on the coaching staff, he used to be a Chelsea goalkeeper. You remember him, of course, Nigel, and he's thought of very highly here. He's the man that scouted in Europe this season, and he said to me, Betis, a little bit sloppy in the offside trap.
Yes, Eddie used to be my roommate when I was here, when he was fit and I was fit. But he's done a very good job for Chelsea over the years, especially finishing early with a bad knee injury. But he does go scouting in all these games, and he did a very good job for Chelsea. Good reports.
Sinclair just slipped. Quaylar nearly got away from him. Quaylar's tumble was most theatric. Yanni, good run inside Petrescu. Goes for goal, claims the deflection. They don't think anything has gone their way at all tonight.
I think he took the wrong option here. He's cut inside. He should be whipping this ball across, hit anybody, but he's gone for goal. I think it's the wrong option, Jonathan.
I think his gesture afterwards was one of frustration, really. Now Frank Sinclair has an injury. It's the left ankle. As he came into close, maybe just turned that ankle.
Yes, I don't know, you can never tell there with Frank, but obviously doesn't normally go down injured for the sake of it, so I'm sure he has hurt his left ankle.
Chelsea physio, Banks.
I think he just wants a rest, Jonathan, really.
Well, there's movement down on the bench for Chelsea. And Chelsea substitutes bench. Bernard Lambourg, Andy Myers. Could both come on and do a defensive job.
Yes, he just swapped Steve Clark back to the right and put Andy Myers at left back or Lambourg.
I think it's Lambourg down there, I think, who's just pulling his socks up. Tall Frenchman could come on. They'd have to reshuffle a bit, but Petrescu, of course, could go to right back, and he's filling in there at the moment. Vialli's come to the right side of midfield, leaving little Zola up front all alone here. Giuseppe to Olias. Those 12 minutes to go ticking down. Alexis. Marquez, Finidi George just in front of him. Marquez. Quaylar. Elias has it, and Quaylar has pulled to the left, and Finidi George to the right. He's got a good spring on him, but he's not Zebedee.
No, he's not that tall. Frank Sinclair's back on, he's hobbling a little bit, they have to keep an eye on him. But Chelsea have got plenty of options that they can change. But it looks very comfortable to Chelsea at this moment. Just got to make sure they keep their concentration at the back.
I don't know who Zebedee was. Ask someone about the magic roundabout.
I remember, Jonathan, I'm that old.
Finidi George. But just caught a little bit, I think, as he turned. This is danger here. Alfonso from the deep. Quaylar is wide of him. Looks for Yanni. Just slips away. Throw into Real Betis. Angel Quaylar. Well played down Petrescu. Chelsea back to 11 men on the field now. Frank Sinclair has returned. Chelsea have gone into their shell somewhat. Oh, Finidi George gives it away. Zola off and running. Wise to Vialli. Petrescu making the forward run inside it. Cut out by the spare man again, Olias. He's had a sound old night. Finidi George had a good second half. Scored a good goal in the 21st minute or so. That's for Marquez. Takes the 1-2. Alexis. You can hear a shout from the bench, get up, get up, get out.
I think that's what they need to do. Like they'd started this half in, they need to pressure the ball further up the field and make sure the back four squeeze up so the midfield players can get and help the strikers close people down.
It's Ollie. Dewberry fuming. Free kick given for the challenge. Well, he's going to have a word here with Dan Petrescu, Ben Heinemann, and the yellow card brandished very theatrically.
That's a silly yellow card for Dan Petrescu. They're winning the game. You don't want any extra bookings in Europe. You miss games, and Dan should know better.
It's only his first of the competition. He'll walk a tightrope in the semi should they get there. Alexis wasn't a good crossfield ball. Steve Clark's had a sound night. They're just off the sidelines. Roberto Di Matteo on that left-hand side. Worked so hard on that left to deny the threat of Marquez. Alfonso's lost his footing.
That's better again from Chelsea, though. They're hunting in threes, twos and threes. They're giving no time on the ball to the Betis players, and that's what they've got to keep doing right up to the last minute.
Alfonso's got a very long chain around his neck. I noticed it in the first leg. It swings around. Not too sure what's attached to it. I just wonder if that could be a danger at all to players. Here's Finidi George. And Alexis. Marquez. Di Matteo's challenge. Well, the referee gave it, the assistant referee didn't.
Tell from here, but I think he's shown his studs, and obviously in Italy, in Spain, they give free kicks for that, but it just shows how well Di Matteo's adapted to English football.
Free kick driven in, Finidi George around the back, Sinclair away. A storming night for Chelsea. Petrescu clears. 7 minutes to go, but it hasn't been plain sailing. Wise in hard. Bounce Chelsea's way.
But I think second half Chelsea have been very, very strong. It's been a good team performance rather than individuals, and that's what you need to do to progress in this competition. You need to put on a good team display, be strong, work for each other, and not give people time on the ball.
Has there been an outstanding player for you?
I think Zola's did well first half. He's been a bit quiet the second half.
That's a misplaced ball by Elias Di Matteo in there, looking for Vialli. Just too much steam on it. Zipped off the surface.
I think Dennis Wise had worked hard in midfield, and at the back they looked strong, not giving too much away, except for obviously the goal and some unnecessary free kicks.
Do you think that Dennis was in a sick bed most of the week with heavy cold, bordering on the flu, and he really has again put in a storming midfield performance. Just that one moment in the first half, we didn't see a very clear angle of it from up here. Here is Dennis Wise to Di Matteo. Zola looks for Vialli. To Sinclair. A bit lucky with the ball to Vialli. Lovely touch to Zola. Petrescu making the run. He's onside. Elias got back. Whenever Chelsea have had a half chance to break through, there has been that big, chunky 29-year-old veteran defender.
Yes, Chelsea knocking it about well there. Vialli's made some great runs tonight. For any youngsters watching, his movement off the ball has been magnificent.
Zola from Wise. Wise again, it looks for Di Matteo. Quarter-final draw was made. Chelsea was second favourites for the competition, behind Stuttgart. I think as it's gone on now through the quarter-final stages, two legs, Chelsea are emerging as the team to beat. Here's Yanni. It was under 5 minutes to pull off the miracle, but here he goes. Strong run, Leboeuf blocks. Hasn't he had a secure night at the back again, Frank Leboeuf?
Yes, good night. He was superb in the first leg for Chelsea. Only made one mistake. Tonight he's done it a lot quieter, but he's been superb again.
Chelsea still warming up. Bernard Lambourd on the sidelines. Is that a free kick? No, Alfonso went down. Zola gives it away. Alexis. Ollie breaking. Vanidi George in the middle. Good covering challenge back there. Still loose. Have a chance. Vanidi George. And blocked by Dubry and away. Well, was Vialli then impeded as he ran after it. Shakes an embittered head. He was running with Marino. He certainly just caught him on the side of his collar.
Yeah, it's a little bit theatrical there, though. Having said that, now Betis get a free kick, a bit theatrical. This is a dangerous situation again for Chelsea here.
It's been more nervy than perhaps it might have been.
Yes, it's turned out that way, but I think 2-1 up, 4-2 on aggregate. Yeah, looking comfortable, really.
Bernard Lambourd is about to come on for Chelsea, and Francesco will be the man who goes on. Francesco has those 2 goals from the European Cup and his Cup campaign against Tromsø here in the 7-1 win. And Bernard Lambourd comes on for his 12th game of the season. First job, and go back in defence. Away, inside that penalty area by Eddie Newton. Marquez, Lambourd there with it, fresh legs, tenacious. And the flag goes Chelsea's way. Marquez unhappy. And he gets the yellow card. Again, there's flamboyant gesturing at the referee when the cross, reaching for his pocket. Marquez gets the yellow card. His first of the competition. Tremendous game in the first leg as a substitute, the local lad. Time ticking down for Real Betis of Seville. Certainly ill feeling between the two clubs, and it spilled over on one or two occasions tonight. Here's Alfonso, Leboeuf tucked up behind him. Wise slipped. Marino. Vanidi George, good tackle by Leboeuf. He's had a storming night. Now Zola. Olias got that nick in. He's been one of the star men for Real Betis. Chelsea will be in no hurry to take this. Strong challenge by Alias. Quelar to Marquez. Vanidi George, good tackle. Steve Clark again putting it all in on the night. And Vialli to Dennis Wise. Zola's to the left at the top of your picture, looks for him. He'll keep it out there and perhaps wait for support to arrive. Way back up the line is Di Matteo. Lyall says the referee. Zola's cross. Now Di Matteo. Into the last 20 seconds. Chelsea heading for their 6th Cup semi-final in 5 years. Alexis, the Real Betis captain. To Alfonso. Cosette. And the blue flag is raised triumph. Chelsea holding their shape. Dewberry heads away. Newton in with Olli. And Roberto Di Matteo. Vialli. Lombard gives width and goes for the return. Bernard Lombard to Vialli. Stumbled a little bit. And to Zola! Chelsea 3, Betis 1, 5-2 on aggregate, and little Franco takes Chelsea through to the European Cup Winners' Cup semi-finals. A magnificent movement, a superb goal. Chelsea have had their moments of anxiety. Should Betis have had a penalty? Should they have had a goal allowed in the second half? It matters not one jot. Bang! 3-1. Chelsea heading to the last four. What a delightful cavalcade of emotion it has been for Chelsea Football Club over the last few years. Super move, Lombard in. Vialli saw his compatriot, and a succinct finish by a man who could be playing his way back into World Cup reckoning. He's had the worst spell of his career, and he's out of that now. Yarni looks for Olli. Dewberry, who may well be playing through pain, gets it away. Dewberry is limping still at the top of your picture. What will be the cost to Chelsea of this victory, with the Coca-Cola Cup final coming up on Sunday week? Chelsea are through to the European Cup Winners' Cup semi-final. Roberto Di Matteo, scorer of that second crucial goal at the start of the second half. Another super strike by the Italian. Ben Heinemann, the referee, who was involved in so much tonight. Franco Zola completed it with that tremendous third goal. Well worked, so slick. Frank Sinclair named as man of the match in the stadium. Zola all smiles. Eddie Newton beams. The referee, who at the start of the second half sent off the Real Betis manager Luis Aragonés. There's Frank Sinclair, who got the first goal for Chelsea after Benidi George had put Real Betis ahead. Tremendous night for Chelsea. The roll goes on, and they are proving the Cup KO kings of English football. Flying the flag alone, as the song says, one man went to mow, and it's Chelsea who are singing loud and proud tonight. Still to come, all the magical moments, and the talk continues as Chelsea celebrate with Dan Petrescu there. Eddie Newton, who had a hard-working, holding role in midfield. All smiles from Bobby Di Matteo. Mark Hughes on the bench. Graham Ricks, who plays his part here tactically.